Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Won't you share with a friend or two? Good morning. Good morning to you. You. Good morning. Good morning to you. And many more. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Daring Dialogues. I am your host today, Shantae Charles. It's going to be a short show because it's Get Free Friday. And in case you never heard my Get Free Friday song, want to hear it? Here it goes. It's Get Free Friday, Get Free Friday. It's Get Free Friday. Get a move on, get free. It's Get Free Friday, Get Free Friday. It's Get Free Friday. Get a move on, get free. Get a move on, get free. Get a move on, get free. Get a move on, get a move on, get a move on, get a move on, get free. All right. I'm going to read you our motivation for today. And I'm going to read you about a gentleman by the name of John Rapier. We're going to look at his letters today, and then I'm going to open it up very briefly. And I'm looking to get out of here at 11:30 because I have to be on the other side of town. I have a appointment for my car, and so I got to take care of home. All right, February 21st. Everything's coming my way is the subject. Jane Browning Smith, director of Inroads Incorporated, said, "We must conquer our own doubts and fears. It is the greatest mistake to sit and do nothing. Each of us must do what we can." I think that is highly appropriate for the climate in which we are in today, especially here in the United States. Conquer your own doubts, conquer your own fears. Don't project your doubts and fears onto others. And each of us must do what we can. If I have said nothing else today that's helpful, hopefully starting your day with that is helpful. And the devotional today reads, "Many of us go through life searching for favorable breaks. Perhaps the biggest break you could ever receive is to decide exactly what it is you want. You must be certain in uncertain times, definite with the indefinite. Decision is the most important ingredient in the recipe for success. Some people call it want to, others call it the will to win. No matter what you call it, it's the secret that most people overlook. You can have everything going for you: money, contacts, and connections. But if you don't process the desire and you don't possess the desire to make your life count, success will elude your grasp. Some people want success so badly it becomes an all consuming passion. For example, when asked for his key achievement, Dr. Carson said he had to become a successful surgeon. Through symphony and song, Quincy Jones wanted desperately to carve his name on the tablet of success. Still can't believe he's gone. Toward this end, he was willing to stake his entire existence on it. Though barred from law schools because of his race, Thurgood Marshall dreamed of making an impact within the courtrooms of America, and nothing would deter him. Nothing stops the man or woman who has desire and will to achieve. Decide now exactly what you want, and the breaks will start coming your way. It starts with your will, it starts with your mind, it starts with your intention. Today, I will decide exactly what I want. And again, we are reading from I Can't Wait to Call You My Wife, African American Letters of Love and Family in the Civil War era. We're getting to read this, ready to read the story of John Rapier, Rapier, and I hope YouTube is not picking that up as the other word, okay? John, a financially successful free black Alabama barber, knew all too well the hardships of having a fugitive family member living far from home. He writes to his brother Henry Thomas, a fugitive enslaved man in Buffalo. Thomas, also a barber, had married, and at that time the couple had two children. He keeps his brother abreast of family news about their mother, Sally Thomas, and his sons, Richard, John Jr., Henry, and James. He reports that their younger brother, James Thomas, was learning the barbering business from a free black barber in Nashville. John also informs Henry of financial troubles during Alabama's Depression and complains about the extra state tax, here we go again, that free black people were forced to pay to make up state losses. Let's hope the people who are in there right now don't know about that because they'll be adding that to their Project 2025. Finally, he reveals how he smuggled letters to the North. A trusted, keyword trusted white man, Mr. Fox, carried Rapier's letter to Cincinnati and then apparently mailed it to Buffalo. Here are his letters. Florence, Alabama, February 28th, 1843. Dear brother, yours of the date of February 6th arrived. I am in hopes you are in good health. The boys and myself are in good health at the present, and mother, James, and my two sons that are with mother are all well when I last heard from them. I intend to go up to Nashville in the course of 10 days to see them all. I've not been to Nashville since last April. I want to see them all very much. John and James are well pleased with their grandmother and don't want to come home. So James writes, I have not wrote to mother as you request me as yet, but I shall see her in the course of 10 or 12 days, and I will show your letter to her. James Thomas is still with Frank Parrish and has the character of a good barber. So a gentleman told me and is well thought of by the gentlemen. James has manners to please almost anyone who do not let their prejudice go to fair on account of color. 1843. That's before anybody wrote about a color line. We never had South times in this country since I have been in Alabama. Excuse me, we never had such times in this country since I have been in Alabama as we have now. Produce is worth nothing. Cotton is the only article that is made in this country, and men, enslaved men, will not bring more than $450. Women, $350, not half of what they have slave owners been in the habit of getting for their cotton and their servants. All the banks in this state have closed doors for the purpose of settling up their business. The banks will take in $250,000 of their circulation. This is an extra tax that has been laid on us this winter. We colored men pay $1 and the white man pays 25 cents. Q 228-year wealth gap. We don't talk about these taxes that black people also had to pay more than white men. For those of you who say, well, black people weren't paying any taxes, the free ones were, the free blacks were, and they were paying 3 times as much. Yeah. After that, I will not say any more on that subject. I cannot say at this time when I shall leave home, but I think on about the 1st of May. I'm not certain whether I will bring both of boys with me until I go to Nashville. They do have some different spellings of the words here. This letter will be made by Mr. Fox, who is going on to that place. I mean to Cincinnati. When you get this, you can write what you think is best. I am yours truly, John Rapier. John Rapier's 4 older sons from his first wife kept in touch with one another as well. To continue his education, 20-year-old James lived with his uncle Henry Thomas and his family in the Elgin Black Settlement, often called Buxton, Canada West in Ontario. Henry, concerned that he was in danger of being returned to slavery after the passage of the Fugitive Slave Law, had moved his family to the safety of Canada and took up farming. James writes to 22-year-old John Jr., who was living in Minnesota's territory, expressing nostalgia for their childhood in Alabama, perhaps revealing how their father had protected them in the slave state. The term instant or inst included at the beginning of some letters refers to a letter received within the month. Buxton, Canada West, January 27th, 1857. Dear brother, your welcome letter came to hand of the date both instant. I am getting along at school very well, but you will perceive this at once from my writing, grammar, and spelling. John, this is Sunday morning, and everything looks gloomy. The ground is covered with 12 inches of snow. The trees are covered with sleet and very smoky this morning. I'm inclined to be a little sorry in being ensconced in a neat little cottage by a log fire, and being all alone, I have a little chance to write. The church bells sound echoes through the woods, summoning the people to assemble together to hear the word of God proclaimed. All of these combined is enough to turn my thoughts back to the home of our boyhood, where all four of us boys were together, where we all breathed as one, but we are not scattered abroad on the face of the earth. Do you expect ever to see us all together again? I do not. Just look where we are. At you in the West, myself in the North, Henry and Dick in California, Father in Alabama. Did you ever think how small our family is? And Sarah, the only female among them out of 11? I think you and me might drive down stakes together and keep them down. What says you, John? I would write more, but I have not room to express my feeling. It is unusual to me to write so long a letter. They all send their respects to you. You farewell until we meet in April, if both live. I remain your brother, James Rapier. John Rapier remained in close touch with his older sons, constantly advising them to live rewarding and virtuous lives based on hard work and frugality. In his letter to John Jr. in December 1858, John Sr., who had amassed property holdings in Alabama and Canada, advises his son settle debts and save money and stay away from liquor and stick the closer to work. Now, this is one of the actual letters, the brother's letter here. All right. So, again, just going to put a plug in for teaching your children cursive and how to read and write cursive. Hint, hint. All right. I think that is the end of the reading today. So you can learn a lot from just reading their letters. I haven't really heard until this book, I hadn't really heard a whole lot about the taxes that free black people were having to pay, or the extra tax above and beyond what other people were required to pay. I don't really see a lot of that conversation happening online, but we need to talk about it, especially since lots of people claim that we don't pay our way a lot of times. And the reality is we were more than paying our way. We were sometimes paying three times as much as other people with less. All right. That is my reading for today. I hope that you have a great and wonderful weekend. If you're watching by YouTube, we will be back for our Sunday dialogue on Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, want to let you know that next Tuesday, we're only going to be broadcasting on Facebook. On our Black Table Talk page, we have a special guest that is coming. He is a well known author, Andre Henry. He is an activist, an author, and a musician, and he's going to be in conversation with us on Tuesday of next week. That is February 25th. So mark your calendar, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to be talking about keys to revolution and resistance. Andre has done quite a bit of work around that. I have done some work around that, but we're going to hear his story and talk a little bit about his book entitled All the White Friends I Could Not Keep. I'm really excited about that conversation. Again, it's going to be Tuesday, February 25th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on our Facebook page, Black Table Talk. So go to Facebook, look for the page, hit like, hit follow, hit the notification bell so you will be prompted when we are live on Tuesday. Thank you so much for your time and attention, YouTubers. And if you want to join me for the talk back, we'll be over on Instagram today. At Daring Dialogues is the handle. We're going to be over there for about 15 minutes, just having a talk back for this Friday, catching up. So if you want to join that part of our conversation, we're probably going to cover some things that have been happening in the news this week and discussing those things. Join us over there. All right. If I don't see you, have a great and wonderful day. Be well, be light, and most importantly, treat you sacred. All right, Pastor Ben.